Can you tell us what means that podium on that particular slope that is Bellewaerde?
I mean, of course, like this slope is so challenging, and it's really tough. Like you have to be very brave and ski very aggressive that you can be fast. And for me, the whole summer wasn't easy at all because I had quite big back problems and with nearly no training. So the past weeks they were very important for me, that I could do some training, and then I saw in Sölden, okay, I can still be fast. And then in Beaver Creek I was on 5th place, and I knew, okay, there's so much more what I can do, or I still can be so much faster. And today, before the second run, I just tried to push really hard, and it worked out perfectly for me.
Does the dark in the first leg make the race much more difficult than it used to?
Sorry?
The dark and the light?
The light is quite a big issue here. Because in the first run, when you are starting in front, then the light is really, really bad. Then in the second run, when you were fast in the first run, and you're starting in the second run at the end of the field, then it's really, really dark again too. So, but this makes it just even more challenging for us. So, as I said before, you have to be very brave when it's really dark to still push.
Thank you. Some questions? Please raise your hand and introduce yourself. Yeah, there at the front row.
You spoke about your training. Was it easier for slalom, or do you have very few training session in slalom too?
Yeah, like this hill and this giant slalom, I am sure when you are a slalom skier, it's better than when you are a downhill skier, because you have to do very quick movements, and of course these movements we are used more at slalom. So, but Marcel is also a downhill skier now, so he's pretty good in everything.
Just can you speak about Marcel and his consistency? Just
it's
unbelievable.
Always Marcel. Everywhere I go, it's always Marcel. Like, this makes it really tough for me. I cannot talk about him because then I get really angry. No, of course. I mean, he's the past years, and also now he's the man to beat, and it's a very big challenge to ski against him, and I mean, it's just cool to see what's possible on the slope when you see him skiing, and like this makes, or I really try to push very, very hard in every race to catch up to him, but it's very hard. Like, you have to hope for some mistakes that you can beat him.
Another questions to Felix Neurotter? No more questions?
Okay.
Felix, thank you very much. And good preparation for tomorrow.
Merci beaucoup, bye bye.
Nehmen wir das gut zu Herzen.
Marcel. Marcel, yes. Today it's your 34th victory. You're going to climb in the hierarchy of the biggest skier in the world in the history. And here in Val d'Isère, it's your 4th victory. What does it mean to make such record and such a successful career?
I mean, at the moment, it is nothing more important than just the good skiing and the good result. Records are far, far away. I mean, I'm super happy to have records, but I think it is time when I retired with skiing that once sitting on the open fire with a glass of good French red wine, and reading ski history books, then it is time to think about records.
And here, what makes that here in Val d'Isère you feel like at home? On Bellewaerde, you're always at the top.
I mean, I'm one of those skiers that are having maybe a not too bad technique, and that helps always on a technical hill, especially as Felix told already. In here, I mean, it is totally different to Beaver Creek. In Beaver Creek, more a GS skier is preferred that can ski as well, Super G. But in here, you have to have slalom skills to be able to ski as well, win a GS course or race in here. So I think it is just the reason that so often I've won here is that it is very technical.
Some questions for Marcel Hirscher?
That is exciting. No questions.
When we see you, you give the impression that first round you're just in control, and second round you push very hard. Is it true, or is it a mistake?
I mean, so. It is not false. It is not the total truth. I mean, in the first round I lost a little time at the last roll. That was not perfect. But I think I pushed really hard, especially the first 20 gates as well in the first run. And then I were pretty surprised about the grip conditions in the steep part. And so, I mean, there I had little problems sometimes. But anyway, I'm not the guy who is the best in the first run. I'm always, since all those years, I'm better in second runs because I get used to the conditions, to the feeling for the snow, and get confident to the surrounding area.
And you never fall in giant slalom. You remember the last time?
That was not a DNF. That was 16th place. I don't know exactly, but you know, I've skied out so many times already when I started World Cup racing, so I had to learn to get more consistent. But for sure, this is one of the biggest efforts to collect points. But you never can say. I mean, for example, in Beaver Creek, I had a little mistake after this roll where my good colleague Max Franz crashed badly, and at this area, I mean, it is just luck that I stayed in the course. So you need luck in each race.
And there was so big jump up just after the starting gate in the second run. The many races crashed out. How did you manage it?
Well, that was for sure, I think, one of the toughest sections we have ever skied since I'm on the World Cup Tour in GS. I mean, it was very high speed in this section, and then it was maybe a pretty rough section, huh? Yeah. It was tough, yeah. More but anyway, the pictures looked good, or not? Yeah, it is always difficult to show the people what our sport can do, and on the other side, it should be safe. So it is hard as well for course setters and for the people who are preparing the conditions.
Another question?
Thank you. See you hopefully tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you, Marcel.
I'll see you tonight.
Victor, second podium in a row, and this one at home. What does this one mean for you?
Yeah, it's coming so fast. I don't realize a lot. I'm really happy because last weekend was my first podium in GS, but like Marcet said, Beaver Creek, it's so different than here. So I was a little bit questioning myself since days before because, I was saying, okay, I did a great job in Beaver Creek, but we'll be okay in Val d'Isère, which is so steep and so different. And I'm so proud and now happy and confident to see that all I'm working for is in a good way. It's the most different slope than Beaver Creek and Val d'Isère, and it's a good thing.
Is it a special day, and what is the feeling during all the day? You feel like before Beaver Creek, or it's a special feeling because you're at home, because you know everybody, and so on?
Yeah, of course there is many more stuff to manage. Not the skiing, like I said yesterday. The skiing is always the same, but just all the stuff coming from the race, and it's pretty exciting. But also you have to be careful because you say, okay, I need to be focused on myself. But I was okay in my head. Yesterday was okay. Just this kind of question about my skiing, but I was saying to me, okay, just think positive, and I'm lucky to race here. Hopefully with the colors of Val d'Isère and in France, and just be positive and take all this experience for the future and for my career. I think I talk, like I said yesterday, I talk a lot with my friend Jean-Frédéric Chapuis, and he said me, okay, just enjoy it, and for maybe World Champ or Olympics, it could be a good experience.
Thank you. Some questions for Victor? He has already said anything in the mixed zone?
I talk too much.
You talk too much? No? Once? Twice? Game over.
Thank you.